So, Anime Expo just kicked off yesterday, and it has been one hell of a ride. A lot of people were there, so it's been extremely crowded, and all the booths look extremely well, as you can see here. But let's talk about today's topic, and that is going to be SH Figuarts with Jujutsu Kaisen. Now, as you'll see from the beginning of the video up until now and then some, nothing relating to Jujutsu Kaisen was revealed from Tamashii Nations. There's no more figure reveals and things like that. We did, however, get a video game reveal, and this game looks insane. It's going to be like a 2v2 battle arena, kind of like Naruto, I guess, or maybe similar to any other anime fighting games out there. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Now, with that out of the way, let's get into today's video, which is going to be my 10 predictions for 2024's SH Figuarts Jujutsu Kaisen releases. Let's get it. Coming in at number 1, we have Sukuna wearing his white robe. I do think this figure is over the horizon. We will probably get it in 2024, and I say that for multiple reasons. The first reason is that the first Sukuna that we got, which is the Yuji takeover, you know, he wasn't in his white robe, and it's when he just took over Yuji, so he was a lot smaller, right? He hasn't had time to actually have the full access to Yuji's body to really show his dominance and his size or whatever. So I can see this being a release with him being taller, even with him having his throne. Now remember, Boba Fett from Star Wars was released, I think it was this year or last year, and he came with a sitting throne. So I definitely see this coming over the horizon. This next one is a no-brainer, and if it's not released in 2024, I am going to have a riot. Of course, I'm talking about Nanami. He was just released from Figma, and we all know how that went. Check out Animated Heroes review if you don't know, aka Ligma. So yeah, Tamashii Nations needs to come in, release this figure next year, and really show Figma how to get it done. The one thing I will say that is attractive from Figma is because you can swap out his blazer for his blue t-shirt, which is a great option. So I think Tamashii Nations, if they're going to release this figure, they need to go the 110 yards and deliver with us having the ability to switch out torsos, because I need to pose my Nanami dressed up as he was fighting Mojito. So yeah, definitely looking forward to this release. Alright, moving right along, while we're on the topic of Figma, let's go into our third prediction for next year. And of course, I'm talking about Togi, the cursed language user. He is going to be released next year from Figma, and for the most part, the figure looks like bare bone for an exclusive. I feel like if Tamashii was to release that figure, overall the quality would be better, and it would probably be a cheaper price. So yes, this is a figure that must come out next year, especially so that Tamashii can show Figma or Good Smile Company how it's done. And I will say, while we're on this topic, that the Yuta that came out from Figma, if you put those two like side by side, they're pretty much the same. The only difference is the quality. I feel like Tamashii Nations may be a little bit more poser friendly as opposed to the Figma, which you have to be really diligent messing with those figures. Alright, now next up we have Panda. These next two characters I believe would make great SH Figuarts figures. Panda obviously would be a great one because we haven't had that kind of body, so I feel like it would be like a real special release and everybody would pick this one up, right? Because who doesn't want a Panda as a figure? This next one is Ultimate Mekamaru, I believe. So this would obviously be another great one because of the articulation technology right now coming from Tamashii Nations. This would be a solid release. They don't need to have his cloak or nothing like that, or his clothes. Just have him showing off his mechanical body, and it would be a great release. So this is kind of a bonus prediction. I'm not going to count it as the 10, but wouldn't it be cool to get a RICO figure? Tamashii Nations is about to release a massive One Piece character for the SH Figuarts line, so I think it is highly possible. Whether or not it would sell out, I'm not sure, but I think it would be a pretty cool option. So one thing that is missing from the Jujutsu Kaisen line is a really intimidating villain or bad guy, what have you. So I think Mojito would be a great addition to the line because we just don't have a great villain. Yes, you can argue Ghetto, but that was Jujutsu Kaisen 0, and I feel like that variant of Ghetto is nothing compared to this monster here. You know, Mojito is definitely a force to be reckoned with, so just by that, I think he deserves to be released next year from Tamashii Nations. Coming in at number 7, yes, Maki is on the list for all of you who were skeptical or wondering where she's at. Yes, here she is. Maki does need to be released next year, or at least revealed next year. And her release would be quite beneficial for Fushiguro, because she can come with the katana and the nunchuck. So definitely looking forward to this being revealed or released next year. Now, it's no secret, season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen is coming like very soon, even next week, and we're all excited for that. And I know that this season is going, at least the beginning of the season, is going to revolve around younger characters from Jujutsu Kaisen 0 and Jujutsu Kaisen. So we have Ghetto, a younger Ghetto, I do believe will be revealed or released next year. The one that was released this year was a great release, let's be honest. You know, it didn't have too many problems, and I enjoyed the figure. By the way, go check out my review. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Next up, we have Megami's brother. I'm not sure. I believe it's Toji is how you pronounce his name. But yes, he also, I know, is going to be appearing in Season 2. So I do believe we will be getting a release of him probably sometime next year. This is probably a definite. Alright, and then lastly, I'm sure some of you already knew what it was going to be. We have a younger Gojo. This is definitely going to be a figure I want to see be made and released. I like his outfit that he has. I like the glasses. Like, I think this is going to be probably one of the greatest SH Figuarts releases to date. Right now, if you were to ask, a lot of people say the original Gojo release is great, but I think this one will potentially top that release. So these have been my 10 predictions for next year Jujutsu Kaisen releases. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe. And while you're here, go ahead and check out my other video I did, which is The Future is Bright for SH Figuarts. Thank you all. Peace.